Welcome back, Vikings fans. And today we have another session meeting two of our head coaches. With us today are our men's and women's soccer coach, Cameron Beaulac and Eddie Nunes. So guys, welcome to this session. And the first question for you is, how did you end up at Long Beach City College? Tell us about a little bit of your background and the path that got you to being a Viking. Eddie, why don't we start with you?
Sure. I started coaching while I was in high school. Volunteer, of course, at the time, and I mentored under a few coaches, and right out of high school, I started coaching at Mayfair High and St. Joseph's High, and sending players off to junior colleges and colleges. We sent quite a few to Long Beach City. So I started coming to the games, started sitting on the sidelines. Mauricio Ingracio was the coach at the time. He ended up becoming a mentor, and then it became a dream of mine. And we're here now.
Terrific. And Cameron?
I started doing individual training right at the beginning of college and started coaching high school my sophomore year of college. And I was fortunate enough, I played at UC Irvine and coached. Then when I graduated, I got a position as a head coach and resident sub at Fountain Valley High School. Then from Fountain Valley High School, I went to Long Beach Poly High School. I've known the same as Eddie, Mauricio. Mauricio was the women's coach. And while I was coaching at Poly, we had a friendship. And he was looking to be taking over possibly the men's program. And I said, if that ever happens in the future, I would love to work with you as an assistant coach. And he got the position, but then the Long Beach State women's job opened up for Mauricio. And he called me and asked me if I would be interested in being the head coach or co-coach in the men's program. So he called me on a Sunday. I had an interview with the athletic director on Monday, and Mauricio had his interview at Long Beach State Monday afternoon. So I got hired for the job, then went to his interview, and he announced his position there. And I've been here for 16 years. I coached with North Huntington Beach's club team for years. Had multiple players go on and play Division I college, All-Americans, MLS, U.S. Olympic team, U.S. national team. Someone overseas, played professionally. And I've been at Long Beach City College as a head coach now for 16 years. We put close to 100 players into four-year universities for them to continue their education. So that's a little bit of my coaching background. I coached at Poly for 13 years. And for 3, I was doing both Poly and Long Beach City.
Well, you both are at different stages in your programs with Long Beach City College. Yours is well along the way, Cameron, and Eddie, yours is sort of at the beginning. What are your goals going forward into the future? Someone who's already established the program here and moving forward. And Eddie, how about you in the process of establishing? Cameron, let's start with you.
Well, my first and foremost goal is always to move players on to four-year universities, for them to be able to continue their education using a soccer ball as a tool. And that tool hopefully can help provide them with athletic scholarships, where we've been very fortunate in making contacts and getting for our student athletes. So that's something we want to maintain. And doing that, we're very fortunate at Long Beach City College. We have Melody, who works our student athletic advisory and works with our students one-on-one. We have the fortunate side of having a counselor, not just Rourke O'Leary, but 2 other ones that work with athletes, and they come and even talk to our players on the fields, and we'll do meetings with them there. Our players can go in there and get their academic educational plan so they can move on to the 4 years. So to maintain that and keep that going, we have to keep stressing the academic side as well as the athletic side. On the athletic side, we've been in playoffs, 5 of the last 6 years. We've been moving this year. We had 4 players that have committed and a 5th that's going to be committing, it looks like, to a 4-year university. Now with the COVID-19 going on, though, we're not quite sure, because you're probably aware of, many people out there might be, that budgets are getting cut. Coaches are being told to do less at the 4 years right now. So that's kind of playing an impact on a couple of our kids. But just to keep working hard. We have a competitive, we're all about competition in our program. And it seems that's what the players want. They want to be able to compete at this level, because that's what they're going to be doing at the next level as well. So we try to prepare them both mentally, physically, and tactically for that.
Great. Eddie, how about you in growing the program and building it?
Of course, our number one is to continue the reputation and grow the reputation that we're a launching pad for student athletes to come here for 2 years and move on to 4 years. There's when Mauricio was here, he established a strong history of soccer, and there's 6 state championships, 3 national championships, and it's been a while since we've been at that level. My number 2 goal, and it's a close second place, is to get back to that, to consistently make deep runs into the playoffs, keep players in the spotlight, give them the attention that they need, both to develop, but then also the spotlight kind of attention that they need to get noticed and attract those scholarship offers and the ability to go on to a 4-year and continue their education and hopefully play.
Well, you both have some exciting news on the horizon. We're in the process of constructing 2 new soccer fields, turf soccer fields. Tell us about your feeling of playing on turf versus grass. Tell us about your feeling about what impact these 2 new fields might have on your programs.
Well, I mean, ideally,
That's what I said. Eddie, go ahead.
Ideally, in an ideal world, we play like in the English Premier League, and play on that kind of grass. That's the ideal, right? But not everything is that perfect. So we have the opportunity to play on a nice facility that's going to be with a consistent surface. We're gonna get the turf that comes in, and I think players and everybody will appreciate that. And I think as coaches, we do a good job of finding a balance. We still have facilities where we can train on grass and get a good balance and a good feel for both. But just there's so much that's coming with that new facility that there's nothing but excitement.
Yeah, as far as myself, as you mentioned earlier, I've been here for a while, and I was in part of the planning stages a lot with it. I'm really excited. And you mentioned having the 2 turf fields, but not only is that great, I feel, but all the additional that's coming with the new facility, the locker room, the team room, the surround sound for when we can go in and watch films. We can film part of our practice and go straight into the room and watch it. The players having their own individual lockers. I think there's going to be, I have many friends that are coaches, at Division I, Division II, NAIA schools across the nation. And I tell them with excitement what we're going to have here at Long Beach City. And they're jealous of what we're going to have at a 4-year university. I think it's going to be, I'm sorry, the 4-year universities are jealous of what we're going to have here. I mean, it's going to be a top of the line athletic facility. And I'm really excited about it.
We're going to be able to go, from the tennis court / futsal court, play some futsal, go play in the sand and play some soccer on the sand, play some 11v11 on the grass, and then end the day in the pool. I mean, players are gonna love it.
Yeah, it's a country club atmosphere, isn't it?
It will be.
Yes.
Yeah. And
very exciting.
You mentioned Premier League. Each of you, tell me your favorite soccer team and your favorite soccer player.
Well, my favorite team is Manchester United. So right now, my favorite current player playing is Marcus Rashford.
I grew up with my dad's favorite team, which is Sporting from Portugal. I still love watching them play, but really I'm a fan of good soccer. So I'll watch. I don't think there's a team that I dislike, you know, unless they play bad soccer. I just want to see good soccer. So I'll watch Barcelona, Real Madrid. It doesn't matter. So yeah, and my favorite player, I have to say again, just because growing up, Luis Figo, just his vision and his skill. He was a tactician in the middle of the field. But some more current players like Iniesta, those types of players, I love watching them play.
Yeah. Watching good soccer sure is a lot of fun. I've asked this question of every head coach. Tell me the kind of athlete and person that you're looking for to be a part of your program, and why would somebody want to go ahead and be a member of your program, or even just be a student coming to Long Beach City College?
I'll go ahead first, Eddie. I want a student that's committed, who's willing to work hard, both on the field and in the classroom, who's committed, as I said, but on the field and in the classroom, who's not afraid of competition, that's willing to put in extra work. But I also look at the additional characteristics, you could say, of their person, how they are, how they handle themselves. Are they respectful? I want players that are respectful towards other players, to adults, and respect the game itself. So I want someone who has high morals, I love the high IQ, both in the classroom and on the field, and the dedication level on both aspects as well. And that has the desire and goal to move on to a four-year college.
When I'm on the sideline, I'm looking for a couple things. I truly believe that if somebody wants to work, or if somebody doesn't want to work and doesn't want to learn, nobody could help them. But if somebody's willing to work and willing to learn, nobody can stop them. So when I'm on the sideline, I'm looking for the hustler. I'm looking for the kid that is enjoying just playing, and doesn't take any timeouts. Just is having fun out on the field. That's what catches my attention at first. That's what draws me in at first. And of course, we want that same kind of work ethic off the field, because our number one goal, as always, is to move them on to a 4-year. And then, what my philosophy is is player experience, providing a quality player experience. It's at the forefront of every decision I make. Is this going to add value to a player's experience here? I feel like that, and that doesn't mean making it easy for the player. We definitely bring in some challenges, greater challenge, greater reward kind of mentality. But we have so many tools and so many resources at Long Beach City, from our athletic coordinators to our tutors, our coaches. We have so much to offer the student athlete, to where we can put these challenges in front of them, but then we're also going to teach them and give them and show them how to use these tools to overcome these challenges. I think, that kind of environment where, there's a challenge, you overcome it, you feel good, there's, a sense of pride and accomplishment, that really adds value to the player experience. And I think that's what we do at Long Beach City.
Great. Terrific. Give me your favorite moment in coaching at Long Beach City College.
For me, it was, in my second year, and bringing in my first recruiting class, just the moment we found out we were we clinched and made it to playoffs. That was a big one. That just kind of assured me that, we're on the right track. But it also, at the same time, really motivated me for this upcoming year. I think we got a really big recruiting class coming in, and I'm anxious to get back on the field.
Yeah, as far as my most memorable, I'd probably say the most memorable was the first year that we won the conference title. We weren't expected to by the coaches, but the players believed in themselves and worked hard. We set it as a goal at the beginning of the year, and they were able to accomplish that at the end. We were ranked one time #2 in the nation. And the ranking part, it's not the most enjoyable, but seeing the enjoyment that the boys received on their own for accomplishing a goal that was set out was probably the most exhilarating on-field experience.
That's great. So what I'd like to know is one thing about each of you that very few people know about you. But understand that once again, as I told another group of coaches that we interviewed, once you say this, everybody's going to know this. So tell us something that most people don't know about you, that you don't mind sharing.
Wow. I try to keep pretty personal, but you know, wow, that's a good question, Bill. You're getting us. Cameron, since you have seniority, I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm a little opposite of Eddie. Eddie said he's kind of personal and keeps it. I'm pretty much an open book. I don't hold back. I talk to people about stuff, players. What people might not know, you know, I love to go out in the ocean and body surf. I try to go right now, this quarantine time. Most of the beaches are closed down. I live in Huntington, and Huntington Beach is open, but it seems like half the people in Huntington Beach and Orange County and LA County are all coming to our beach. So I'm not going down there right now, and it's killing me. It's killing me not to be able to go out in the water. Usually during the spring semester, we get to be out on the field with the class. And then when class is over, I take PCH home. I jump out in the water for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I come home. I'm not getting to do that at all. So that's something about me they might not know is, you know, I love the beach. I love going out in the ocean, you know, body surfing, and I'm not getting to do it at all.
A body surfer. Interesting.
Yeah, body surfing. I would love to surf. My brother surfs, and he's incredible at it. I just had a bad back for so many years. I couldn't even carry a surfboard and bring it down to the water, but I'm able to walk to the water. So my goal now, I was planning on, now that my back's gotten better these past like year, to start trying to pick up the surfing on a longboard. You're never too old to learn is my thought.
No, for sure. Eddie, did you come up with one?
I guess it's my work. You know, Cameron being the men's coach, and I've been coaching girls soccer for so long. I actually started coaching with boys. That's how I got started. I was coaching boys. And I made the switch maybe 5-6 years into coaching, where I stopped coaching boys altogether. I couldn't deal with the discipline. I couldn't be the tough guy all the time. You know, and I felt like just my personality fit better on the girl side. But I've had the itch to try to maybe, you know, start coaching some boys again. But, you know, maybe I'll have to sit in on a few of Cameron's practices and maybe have him show me the ropes again.
Well, that sounds good. Well, guys, thanks for taking time out of your day to go ahead and join us. Keep up the good work. We have an outstanding coaching staff at Long Beach City College that serves our student athletes so well, and you are certainly a part of that group. So thank you. And for all of those who are tuning in to this session, you all stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, and go Vikings.
Go Vikings. Thanks, Bill. Take care, Eddie.
See ya.